Yeah, I'll have to go through it till it gets me through. It's dollars behind that breast and you pinch pennies blue. I had this gadget here for a while. This semi-new, I promise we clipping every wing. If and when we do,
Yo!
I let it fly once and it costs.
What up, man?
What's going on?
Yeah, dude, just figured we'd hop on here, tell a little bit about how we met. I mean, it's kind of a crazy story.
A little unorthodox.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to start it off?
Yeah, man. Literally, we're both in the commercial industry, and I'm running a job site down here in Asheville, and we hired your company to come in and do some work for us.
Yep.
And you show up, we hit it off, just started talking. We had like some similar ideas about things, just in terms of like how we live our life and whatnot.
Right. Like, who would have ever known for the situation we met at, what it would have led to?
Right,
You know
right.
what I mean?
And then you're literally like, "What, dude? Why don't you come out and eat some Mexican food with me and the fam?"
That's what I'm saying.
So I got my fam, joined up with your fam,
Yep.
and you're like, "Yeah, man." So I've been rapping, like I do rap,
Right.
and I'm like, "Wait a minute, what?"
I do film, right?
Yeah. I'm like, I do film, and we're both two random construction dudes that
who
have
would've
these
thought,
like,
right? Because typically you keep your job and your personal stuff separate. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm used to coming to work, shut my mouth, and then after work's done, Rudy Will gets to come out.
Yeah, exactly. People look at me and they're like, "Oh, construction worker."
Right.
You run around and hold a camera? What the heck?
You're
Like,
right.
that's weird, bro. Like,
I can say when we first started chopping it up, I knew that you were passionate about what you did. So that's what jumped out to me, and the fact that you did film too was just like the icing on the cake, because it's like, here I am, I'm doing this music. I moved my label, my family out of where I'm from, to better our lives. You know what I'm saying? Which always isn't easy.
Yep.
It's never easy, moving out of your home. But we did it to better ourselves. I got mouths to feed, both at work and family. And who would have thought that, you know what I'm saying, I would have met somebody to kind of keep the ball rolling better than it ever has been, putting a limelight on all the stuff I've been doing, because I've missed out on that for years. People don't realize how much of that is missing in Michigan, in places when you're not in New York or LA, to try to get somebody that believes in your vision. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it's like underground hip hop.
Yep.
Not just hip hop, but underground hip hop. People are like, "Wait, you don't want to be on the radio?"
It's such a like a niche space to be in.
Right.
And to be honest with you, dude, like I kind of knew about it, but the most underground artist I ever listened to was like a Nipsey Hussle.
Right.
And
Shout out to Nipsey.
Yeah, man. His music's fire. I've always listened to him, but like you introduced me to some crazy artists that are on my Spotify playlist now. Like,
well, Nipsey Hussle was a conversation starter, I think, because he was one of the first people I ended up working, not on music, but we were one of 3 artists together promoting some clothes out in LA and Los Angeles, my first time away from home in Michigan. So I think I remember you telling me, I know about Nipsey, and I was just like, well, check this out. I think we talked about, that's where I kind of got some of my start from.
I'm like, no way.
Yeah, so then I showed you some of the receipts and the pictures, and you were just like, wait, what? You got a young Nipsey Hussle on your phone like that? But yeah, man, so we just modeled some clothes for a small little label. I never got to work with him on the music. I moved out of Los Angeles after that, and years later, I just kept up with Nipsey. He became a legend, and after he passed away, and you've seen just the ripples it sent through, even people who didn't listen to hip-hop, that was like motivating for me to keep doing at least what I'm doing. I'm like, I can't believe how worldwide hip-hop is, and from a person like Nipsey Hussle, who was pretty independent and not really that commercialized yet. So that was R.I.P. to him. That was a big motivation for me to kind of do what I do and chase the art harder than I ever have, was a big part of Nipsey Hussle. So
I think too, having, doing hobbies right outside of work, it's like, I'm serious about my hobby, but you never, when you're like, oh, I rap. But yeah, I've heard guys say that before, but you don't know what that means. Then I started listening to your stuff, and I'm like, wait a minute, this guy actually, like, the production behind this stuff, is insane to me.
20 years,
you already know what my favorite album is. Like, I talk to you about it all the time. I'm like, bro, what the heck is going on here? Like, Scriptures of the Art is just a masterpiece, bro. And then obviously the new album that dropped.
It's been a blur since I dropped Scriptures of the Art, because here's the thing. Here's what I would like people to know. I was just full studio mode, ready to pop off, you know, right at the time of releasing Scriptures of the Art. We had Ty Ferris on the album, shout out to him from Detroit. And, you know, that was a big deal for me too, because I grew up outside of Detroit. My dad and uncles were dope boys, you know what I'm saying? They went to prison for some of the longest time in East Coast history. That's a whole different story, but put it this way, I grew up seeing a lot of things at a young age.
Yeah.
That once I heard hip-hop, I connected with it very strongly. So like guys like Ty Ferris and stuff in Detroit, I really loved the sound and became a big fan of them when I first heard them. So having Ty Ferris on that first album was magical, just to help represent the state. I had King Crooked on there, Crooked Eye, which was to me a full circle, because I was on a tour opening for Slaughterhouse, and it was their last tour. I was their main opener.
Crazy story, by the way.
Insane.
Like that whole the tour situation.
The tour, how they broke up. I mean, that was going to be the first time the whole world found out about Rudy Williams.
Yeah.
So not only did it not work out for Slaughterhouse, it was way harder on me because I was not established yet. But I had my face on the bus. We were looking at 57 cities to tour with them. A lot of goofy shit happened, man, but it wasn't their fault. But anyways, so getting King Crooked on the album was a full circle. Shout out to King Crooked. I love you, brother. Appreciate you doing that for me. I got El Camino on there too. Big Griselda affiliate, you know, and big part of the wave that pretty much helped start this underground culture we listen to. So he's a real unique cat too, and I was real humbled to have him on the album. So that was going to be the beginning of just a heavy firing, but my personal life changed. Like I told you, I relocated out of them long Michigan winters. I had an opportunity that I knew I couldn't get anywhere else. I took it, but with that, it ain't easy. I had to give up being from where I'm from, you know what I'm saying, having all that momentum going and hitting a halt, because don't get me wrong, it was going very well for me, but financially, a lot of times what you see isn't enough to really support you and your family. So it's like I've had to juggle this, and then what you know me as hustling.
Taking care of fam's number one, always has been. And, you know, that's why I am down in this area, man.
Right.
Like, I shot my own shot. You know, I've been slinging mud against the wall, you know, building my own businesses.
Tell them how you started this. I mean, tell them what HOG Production even means.
I basically started a gym, which is this brand right here on my hat, House of Gain. And I built this massive home gym in my house, and I just started. I started filming everything. This was so many years ago, probably 7-8 years ago now, and it all stemmed from my mom passing away from cancer. You know, she passed away at a young age, barely 50, and man, it just left an impact on me.
I remember you telling me about this.
Kind of made me wake up and, you know, be like, hey man, like I need to live my life to the fullest potential. I need to like start putting everything out that I got, you know, talent wise. And at that point, like I was spending a lot of time in the gym just to, you know, people say fight demons, but like honestly, bro, like that's what kept me on a level plane.
Right.
You know, I'd go in there and I just work out and lift, and then you know, I was inspired by a couple of calisthenic guys, the Bar Brothers on YouTube. If you know, you know. Yeah, I built this huge jungle gym in my backyard. My neighbors thought it was crazy. I took over.
Release, though.
Yeah, I took over half my garage, and dude, I was out there for 3 hours a day, 7 days a week for years, man. And I was able to like carve out this like niche of like, yeah, I made motivational videos and all that stuff, but it was a lifestyle for me at that point. And then it started flooding into other aspects of my life where I'm like, I saw success on the fitness side of things, and I wanted to like be successful in other aspects of life.
Well, that's how I think me and you clicked so well, is you saw what I was doing and you took it from a different perspective that I've never really had before.
Oh, 100%.
Because it's just like coincidentally, I was putting out, you know, this project about artificial beef, fast food. And here I got a guy that's dedicated his whole life literally to fitness and bettering himself. Yeah. And it was like, how blessed was I to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
You know, bump
100%.
heads with someone like that, because it could have been, you know, it could have been anybody, but it just was such a good fit. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm telling you right now, like you know, doing that has allowed me to align myself with a lot of like-minded people.
Right.
You know, they say birds of a feather flock together, man. That's
100%.
never been more true.
No, you're right.
It's like, you know, you find people that are driven, that are motivated, that have something to give to the world. I think that's a big thing. You know, I had 2 startup businesses. None of them got off the ground. That's where I learned how to do video, because I had an advertising agency with another business partner. and I learned this editing and this filming and all
I
this
feel like
stuff.
if you've never gone through losing and then having to like get back up,
Yeah.
then you don't even deserve to be winning.
Yeah, and I mean,
I'm
coming
saying?
down here was a throw. You know, I had no inkling that I was gonna move
Right.
down south, bro. Like I'm
Yeah.
a Midwest boy,
Yeah, both of us
diehard.
are.
Like
You know, I'm from Michigan.
you can't. I'm from Cleveland originally. You know, right off Lake Erie. Like
Yeah.
that's where I want to be. I love it down there. I want to see those cornfields and wheat
Right.
fields. And,
I get it, bro. Trust me.
it's the Indian
People don't
summers
get how
down there.
passionate that is when you see the sunset
Yeah.
over the cornfield, or I
Yep.
mean, because I'm from the Midwest and there's a lot of serenity when you get that openness. I mean, to me, being in northern Michigan, I was around more water and the openness, but the cornfield does do it to me too.
Yeah.
Seeing that sunset, that fresh air, that wide openness.
Yep.
I just feel like you're not cramped in. You
Yeah.
got time to think, really like breathe. Even though it might be psychological, it definitely feels different when you
Yeah.
go somewhere like that. You know.
Not to mention your circle of people down there, you know, is so strong. Like, I know everybody. You know, I
Right.
know the area. It's
Yeah.
it's all, and I always liked it. Like, it was never a time where I was like, man, this sucks.
Right.
Like, I want to get out of here. Like, I never had that
Kind of
feeling.
had to make the best of what you like. I was up in Traverse City, Michigan, before coming down to Asheville, and then I even moved further south into South Carolina. But our place of business is still in Asheville and all that. But northern Michigan and Traverse City, 6 months of the year is a deep, dark winter, and you can let it depress you
Yep.
and feel like there ain't nothing going on.
It can be tough. I'm not gonna lie.
very
It can be tough.
But it also makes you who you are up there, and makes some of them moments that do happen in that time that much more like special and
Yeah.
memorable. Like when you're around a bunch of people who are freezing their ass off, but they still want to
Yeah.
have some fun
Yep.
and do something. There's something to be said about that, you know. Just being outside, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
So HOG Productions right here, man, is HOG is the acronym for House of Game.
Right.
So I have a production company. I built a production company that films my content for my gym, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But then I started stepping out, filming things, all kinds of things, music videos, product videos, wedding videos, just anything and everything, you know.
Right.
And
What's your favorite things to film? Do you like the music videos a lot? Are they different than what you're used to doing? Just because there's not normal dialogue.
you know, it all depends on who I'm working with. Like, obviously, when we have so much fun when we
Right.
film together. Like, our projects are unique.
Like when we went and shut down McDonald's.
Yeah, I mean, we're walking in McDonald's and getting these burgers and stuff.
Right.
We took 2 bites and we're like, yo,
Yeah.
we're gonna give these to the dogs. Like, yeah.
That reminded me of what the hell not to do.
Yeah, but I mean, it was just a cool thing to do, and it's literally like just me and you producing this stuff. Like,
Right.
there's not like 20 people around you.
100%.
This whole thing, it's
Sometimes
like so
having-
organic.
I'm a quality over quantity guy.
Yeah.
I almost said that wrong. It's quality over quantity for me all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And being able to like work with somebody like and like be like, hey man, let's do this.
Right.
Let you bounce off ideas off each other. You're both in a creative space, and it just clicks. You can bang out some crazy content. So that's one of my favorite things to do. I obviously like producing motivational content as well. I mean, you can go on any of my social media pages and you'll see that I like to produce it. But
Right.
yeah, man, I just lining up with people that are on the same level as you are, or that are like on the same trajectory as you are, is bar none why I'm in this industry.
It's hard to find though too.
It is.
I noticed that because, I've been doing it for almost 20 years, and there might have been a couple times that this has happened, this being the second. That's how rare it is.
Yeah.
Where you meet somebody that they're, like you said it pretty perfect, their trajectory aligns with yours.
Yeah.
Like, even though you might not be doing the same exact thing, what we do, even if it's for each other, it works out for us individually.
Yep.
And like, it's, I guess that's kind of like the magic of it all, when they say the organicness, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I feel I look for when I use that word, so that's the organicness of this relationship that is, and I feel like it's translated on all the film and all the videos you've done for me too, because there's no funny business involved. Right. I can truly be myself. There's nobody there saying, yeah, that looks whack, or do this or that different. Fuck it, you know what I'm saying?
Be yourself.
Do it how you want to do it.
We're putting out and like being part of real content, where like you're on a mission to put this content out there. That means a lot for me to work with that,
right.
Because I have worked in the staged situations where it's like, hey, film these 10 shots these 10 ways, and it's like you do it and you're like, man, this was the least creative thing I've ever done in my life, right. And I stayed in a box of what these people wanted, and then honestly, dude, I've never done that work.
Yeah.
I go rogue every time. When I film somebody's wedding, you never know what you're gonna get, man. You might be calm and collected one trans, and then literally I just filmed a wedding, dude, and I had a Peaky Blinders theme rolling through when they're walking down with their suit and ties, dude. It looked badass. Like I was like, yo, this fits, bro, and it was creative, and I dropped it in there, and
that's dope.
That's what we do. We put out content that we want to see out there. I think that's most important.
I agree.
You know, your album, bro, talks about getting out of that matrix. Yeah, shout out to the crappy box.
The crappy deal.
Yeah, comp one of those if you got a chance.
Yes, sir.
Go comp one.
Shout out to everybody that actually was on the Artificial Beef, man. Maze Overlay, Ito, War Season, Fraser Syme, Godfingers. I know I'm forgetting a few people, man. Blue Azul, you know. I feel like I'm forgetting some production on there. My boy Tuna, of course. But yeah, shout out to everybody that helped with this album. I always forget somebody when I'm put on the spot, but there's never any script. But yeah, I got everybody on there. Fraser Syme, Tuna, War Season, my boy Godfingers, you know. I appreciate everybody's help on this, man. It's just kind of a collective of talent on it, and I just want to make sure I wasn't forgetting anybody, but I'm just going to continue to do stuff that hopefully people connect to and kind of have fun with. I feel like a lot of that's been lost.
It's one-off stuff, dude. I'm telling you right now. I mean, working with this guy, I'm seeing some stuff that some of the most creative stuff I've ever seen working with anybody. I mean, creativity is subjective, but I'm going to tell you what, when you come across something that's unique like that, you got to run with it.
Right. Well, I got a crappy deal box, of course, for you too, bro. So check it out.
Yeah, dude, I appreciate it. Listen, like this cassette tape in there is worth it. And any of you '90s people, you know what I'm talking about. The little pencils rewinding them
it'll
things,
bring you
man.
back to being a kid again when it was a treat, you know.
No, I definitely appreciate it, man. This is
yeah, we're gonna continue.
We're gonna put that on the shelf forever.
I appreciate you, man. We're gonna continue to try to do stuff real unique and outside of the box. And
yeah, we got some cool stuff happening. Some cool projects coming down the pike that we got in the queue.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, we can't wait to just keep putting out really good content.
Well, you guys are gonna have to stay tuned because we got a few tricks up our sleeve, and hopefully we can capitalize on them soon. But we appreciate everybody tuning in, and appreciate you, fam, for you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, dude.
Making all this happen.
Yeah, dude. It's been awesome.
What I got going on, because I would have just kept going. You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing, man. We keep going no matter what, right? Like it's just a thing that we do, but our paths have crossed at this point in time, and we're gonna make the most of it.
100%.
So. Dude.
Appreciate you, my guy.
Yes, sir. You too.
Y'all, appreciate you. Stay tuned.
Take it easy.
Jeffrey Dahmer, this rap.
We cut checks.